So let me ask you something. Have you ever built this thing you're absolutely passionate about only to realize its success is kind of starting to feel like a trap? Yeah. Today we're going to get into what to do when that passion project gets so big it's threatening to just completely burn you out. We're going to break down 3 really clear paths to help you scale that success without, losing yourself along the way.
Wow, this quote right here, it just hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? This is the dilemma. That feeling of being totally stuck between this incredible momentum of growth and the very, very real threat of just burning out. It's like walking a tightrope, and I know so many of you creators and entrepreneurs out there know exactly what that feels like.
All right, let's dive right in. To make this super real, let's talk about Tanya. She's a home baker, right? And her cinnamon rolls, they went absolutely viral on Instagram. What started out as this beautiful passion project, it turned into a total pressure cooker of nonstop orders almost overnight.
And this right here is the classic trap. For Tanya, the very thing that proved how incredible her talent is, those amazing cinnamon rolls, that's the same thing that's threatening to completely exhaust her. It's like this slow suffocation by success, and I'm guessing a lot of you can see a bit of yourselves in that story.
Okay, so let's unpack why this happens. First up, you've got the signal. Tanya's viral moment? That's a huge signal that she hit a real emotional nerve with people. That's her magic. But then comes the friction. Her model, where she makes everything by hand, it just can't keep up with this huge new demand. And maybe the biggest piece of this is the invisible cost. Her entire identity is tied up in being the one who does it all. So letting go or asking for help feels like she's betraying her own craft. So this brings us to a really crucial fork in the road. And look, it's not as simple as, do I scale up or do I stay sane? The choice is actually much, much deeper than that. It's all about shifting your perspective.
Now this is where things get really interesting, because this reframes the whole problem. On one side, you've got craft as identity. That's where your value is you. You are the work. Letting go feels like a betrayal. But on the other side, you've got craft as system. Here, your value is in a process that other people can follow. This changes everything, right? It turns this messy, emotional problem into a strategic choice. Are you the brand, or are you building the brand? It's a huge difference.
But before we even get into the different solutions, I need you to ask yourself this question. And be brutally honest with yourself. What part of what you do actually brings you joy? And what part just completely drains you? The answer to that question holds the key, the real clue, to which path is going to be the right one for you.
So here's the good news. You're not stuck with just one option. There are actually 3 totally different paths you can take from here. And what's great is that each one is totally valid. Each one is designed to honor a different core desire you might have, whether that's freedom, impact, or meaning.
Okay, let's start with path number 1, Systemize. This one is for you if your answer to that last question was something like, I just want my time back. I want more freedom. The whole idea here is to turn your special craft into a repeatable process, making the business less dependent on you.
And this path has some really clear practical moves. You're going to standardize your recipes, your steps, your packaging. You're going to hire assistants or partner with other bakers. Maybe you rent a commercial kitchen space. And you start using something like a pre-order model to finally manage the volume instead of letting it manage you.
But look, every path has a trade-off. With this one, you gain a ton of time, but that handmade only by me story, it starts to fade a little. Your signal in the market shifts from, artisanal chaos to trusted local favorite. And your new North Star, your new key metric, it becomes all about efficiency. How many hours are you working for every dollar you earned?
All right, on to path number 2, which is license. Now, this one is for anyone who craves a bigger impact, something that goes way beyond what your own 2 hands can create. The idea here is you stop being the one who makes the thing for customers, and you start teaching other people how to make it like you.
So the moves you make here are totally different. You're not selling more cinnamon rolls anymore. You're selling the method. This could look like a branded baking mix, a digital course, or even a hands-on workshop. You're literally packaging up your secret sauce, your knowledge, and selling that instead of the final product. And the trade-off here? Well, your audience can absolutely explode, but that direct one-on-one connection you have with customers, it's going to shrink. You're not a baker anymore. You're the creator of a method. And your new North Star metric is all about revenue per hour of your direct labor. You're scaling your knowledge.
And finally, we have path number 3, Ritualize. This is for the person who hears the first two options and just thinks, no way, I want to stay hands-on. I want to stay deeply connected to my craft. This path is all about intentionally keeping things small batch, but using scarcity and ritual to make it way more valuable.
Yeah, this is all about turning a simple transaction into a memorable experience. You could open up orders just once a month and intentionally sell out every time. Or maybe you create an exclusive subscription club or a special drop day. You curate the whole experience with little things like personal notes and stories that make people feel like they're part of a secret club.
Now, the trade-off is pretty obvious. You're capping your income potential, but you get to stay incredibly close to the craft you love. Your signal shifts from being just another viral trend to becoming a true cult favorite. And your North Star metric, this is my favorite one, it's your personal joy-to-stress ratio. That's what you're optimizing for. So, systemize, license, or ritualize. How in the world do you choose? Well, here's the best part. You don't have to commit to anything just yet. There's a way to actually field test these paths and see which one feels right for you.
It's a simple 4-week experiment. Low stakes, high reward. In week 1, you just observe and document your process. That's the Systemize test. In week 2, you try to teach someone your magic. That's the license test. Week 3, you curate a tiny little ritual around your craft. And in week 4, you just step back, review, and see how it all felt.
And while you're doing this, you've got to watch for the signals. And I'm not just talking about numbers. I'm talking about your emotions. When you documented your process in week 1, did that feel exciting? Or did it feel threatening? When you tried teaching in week 2, did that energize you? Or did it totally drain you? Your feelings here are data. They are just as important as any revenue you chart in week 4.
You see, after you run this little experiment, your next step isn't going to feel like some huge, scary guess anymore. All that confusion starts to lift because you've stopped just thinking about it and started gathering real-world information about what works for you.
And that's the real secret, isn't it? The right model for you isn't something you need to decide on. It's something that will reveal itself. The answer isn't in your head, it's in the action. You feel your way to the right path.
So, I'm going to leave you with this one last question to chew on. As you think about your next move, what is it that you truly want to amplify? Which one of these will you choose to amplify next? Freedom, impact, or meaning? The answer to that question, that's your guide.